For Sewanee Track and Field head coach Jeff Heitzenrater, the Tigers swing into action this weekend with their first home meet. Jeff, with preseason kind of finished and practices kind of behind us now, how's the year going so far?
So far it's been good. We've got a good group of kids that came back from winter break, enthusiastic, ready to train, healthy for the most part. We have a few kids who are nursing some injuries, but really, knock on wood, not that much right now, which is good. We did go to a meet at Emory, which was really early for us, and 14 weeks before the conference championship outdoor. And so we took some kids who were ready to go, but really most people are just training hard. We have a competition this weekend at home, but only about a third to a half of our team is going to compete. We just use indoor track to get ready for the outdoor season. So far so good.
What are some strengths of our team this year, maybe some weaknesses that you hope to improve as the year goes on?
Yep. We have a good number of returning experienced athletes on both sides, men and women. We have a couple of all-conference returners, Cortez Brown, and who's a 100-meter, 200-meter all-conference runner, and then Amiel Emerson was a two-time second-place finisher at the 800 meters in the spring. We're excited about those guys. A lot of good experienced athletes, mostly runners, but even some field event athletes. And then we have a new high jumper who I'm really excited about. Tyler Fishback is in practice cleared 6 feet multiple times. I think he'll be able to score some points for us. A couple of pole vaulters, which is always really good on the men's side. We've got some female throwers and distance runners and sprinters that I think are going to improve a lot this season and help us. Weaknesses, we're a little small. As a track and field team, in Division III, it's probably ideal to have 25 women and 35 men. That's maybe the nationwide average. So we're smaller than that. And so that's going to hurt us at come conference championship time. But of the kids that we have, they're working really hard, and that's all I can ask for them. They're going to set some good goals for themselves through the season, and then once we start getting outdoors and competing outside, that's when we'll get a little bit better idea of who we are, who's going to have a chance to contend for some conference points or all conference awards, and then we'll get a chance to look at other schools in the conference and see where we are.
What are your expectations this year, especially against our conference opponents?
Yeah, there are a couple of teams that are pretty big. Center and Rhodes each have squads that are, I believe, the last time I checked, over 30 men and women. And so that just from the sheer numbers, those are hard numbers to beat. I think they're it's a hard sport though, because we have to consider the team aspect of it at the end of the day, and that's part of the conference championship. But I've got individuals in there who all have, multiple individuals have shots at winning individual conference titles, or being all conference and beating some of their foes. So we talk a lot about Center and Rhodes. These are the teams that have somewhat dominated since we formed the SAA in track and field. Birmingham Southern is a strong team. Millsaps always comes in there with lots of good athletes. And then any one of the teams, the other teams in our conference, Berry and Hendricks and Oglethorpe, are all going to have some people who, in events, will push our athletes. Even if we have some going for conference championships, a team might only have 14 or 15 athletes, but they might have one that's going to be all conference in multiple events. So yeah, it's challenging. There's no doubt about it. We already started talking about that and setting goals, both individually, but also trying to get the students to understand that they need to look at it as a team sport and how they contribute to the conference.
Last question.